Welcome back. Bob's Records for this month, and this month it's a compilation set on CD that I'd like to share with you, and a collection that I received in the 1990s as a promotional item. I did not purchase this, and probably until then I was pretty unaware of the dynamic songwriting duo that were known as Leiber and Stoller. Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller, a couple of East Coast kids who ended up on the West Coast. They met about 1950, and by 1952 they had their first hit, a song called Hard Times by Charles Brown. But that would be the start of something that shook the world musically, because they took, in that pivotal period when R&B started transforming into rock and roll, they were there, and they wrote several songs for several different artists. In fact, many crossover hits too. Now, this particular anthology is a 6-CD set, and it is a great example of how versatile they were at writers and composers. They started with R&B, they covered country, rock and roll, pop, standards, and a single disc, over 20 cuts of songs that they recorded or wrote for Elvis Presley alone. And some pretty heavy, hard-hitting names. We'll get to those here in just a moment. Their compositions included Kansas City and Hound Dog, Young Blood, and Yakety Yak for the Coasters. They had hit songs like Loving You and King Creole for Elvis Presley. How about Benny King, Stand By Me? Or Spanish Harlem, which they wrote in collaboration with Phil Spector. Just a fantastic catalog. Many, many hours of great listening here. In all, Leiber and Stoller had over 70 hits. They were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1985 and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. Now, Jerry Leiber has passed on. I believe Mike Stoller is retired and still living on the West Coast. But just a fantastic overview. This 6-CD overview came in a dark blue case with this beautiful gold CD binder. It's a cloth covered with an embossed treble clef right in the cover here. So it's really quite a beautiful piece, even with the CDs, which are marked for promotional use only. Now, I don't believe it was ever sold on the retail shelf, but I have found this particular collection online. Generally $35, $40, $45. You can pick it up. But if you're a music file and you like some of the early history of 50s, 60s, early 70s, the transformation of great music in that era, this is a must-have if you have an opportunity to at least grab one or listen to one. The Leiber and Stoller Music Publishing Collection on Bob's Records.